I played ranked solo 0 build for 12 hours, fueled by the curiosity of how far I could go. Now, the burning questions linger. Am I gonna be stuck in platinum? Can I maintain a positive KD ratio? And could Unreal rank be within reach today? Let's dive in and uncover the answers. As soon as my boots hit the ground, I locked onto a player sporting the Wildcat skin and the Star 1 pickaxe. For those who know me, I'll say it's a widely overrated combo, so the best step aside. In a matter of seconds, fate threw me an opportunity when some daring soul decided to challenge me, peeking out just enough to reveal their head. I didn't hesitate, I charged, and it turned out they were low on health. A gamble that paid off. Now, fast forward to the climatic 1v1 showdown. I summoned the courage for an aggressive push against a formidable foe. However, his elusive maneuvers behind the tree left me struggling, and I had to accept a bitter defeat. The silver lining? We're now halfway through Platinum 2. In my second game, the landing spot was Breakwater Bay, and I was in for a surprise. The place was super crowded. Despite securing a swift initial kill, I took some hits and my health took a hit. Armed with just a suppressed pistol, I decided to adopt a stealthier approach and managed to eliminate another opponent. With no ammo left, I had no alternative but to switch to my shotgun, resulting in a resounding boom. And he was out of the game. Hey dude, what are you thinking? Yeah, let's not do that again. I found myself liking this weapon, so I held onto it. Breakwater Bay was now my kingdom, and after a quick rotation to Rumble Ruins, I encountered a camper who stood no chance against me. Forced into a tricky rotation, I had to scale a vine and found myself in an awkward position. I gave it my all, but lost the duel. Nevertheless, with 6 eliminations, I was on the cusp of reaching Platinum 3. Armed with a Maven, I felt it was my moment to shine. A straightforward elimination gave me strength. However, my confidence was short-lived when someone from afar locked onto me. My hiding spot within a garbage container proved insufficient, and despite my initial advantage, a lightsaber ultimately spelled my doom. Given my previous success, it was a natural choice to return to Breakwater Bay. My weapon sounds were creating quite a commotion, attracting challengers one by one, but I held my ground. Later on, I stumbled upon an AFK siren skin beneath a bridge. Well, hello there! Oh, by the way, I had completely forgotten I was carrying a lightsaber, much to the regret of this unsuspecting foe. The final showdown was intense, and this time, victory eluded me, leaving me in second place. However, we did make it to Platinum 3, and the next tier was now within reach. For the next game, Breakwater Bay remained my go-to spot, and it felt like home by now. A quick elimination on the stairs though attracted a formidable opponent who got the better of me. It was my time to diversify my landing spots, and naughty nets offered me an advantage against a Ryan skin. 15 minutes later, I decided to push towards an opponent hidden behind a rock, only to discover that it was a costly mistake. As the third hour began, I found myself back in naughty nets, landing swiftly and securing a quick kill. However, when I attempted to capture the flag, I struggled to track my enemy's movements accurately, and it ended in my defeat. For the next game, I was chilling in Mega City when I suddenly encountered Ahsoka. Despite her formidable lightsaber skills, I managed to send her back to the lobby. Following that, I pulled off 2 impressive long-range rifle eliminations. Unfortunately, my positioning against the last opponent was far from ideal, and once again, I had to settle for second place. Game 9 was a roller coaster of action. The first kill might have been mundane, but what followed felt like a scene from a Hollywood movie. Explosions, a blown-up car, and 2 more thrilling eliminations. However, in the jungle, just when I thought I had the upper hand, someone surprised me with a rocket ram and ultimately outplayed me. In Game 10, set in the snow biome, I found myself facing off against some incredibly aggressive players. Things took a turn for the worse when the third player brandished a lightsaber, leaving me with no viable options. By the way, we've discovered a new favorite drop spot. It's always bustling with late droppers. As I navigated through the jungle, Miles Morales seized the high ground advantage, and my attempt to challenge him resulted in my downfall. Nonetheless, we're still on the path to reaching Diamond soon. The following game marked my triumphant return to my favorite POI, Slappy Shores. I felt an unmistakable sense of control over this place, and it seemed no one could ever thwart my dominance. My skills with the AR were on full display as I tallied an impressive 6 kills. Overconfidence got the best of me, and I was left flabbergasted by my defeat against an opponent sporting a punk skin. But guess what, folks? I finally made it to Diamond 1. Woo! After spending at least 1 hour in a queue, desperately trying to find a game, I had no choice but to switch servers to Europe to get back into the action. Game 13 turned out to be rather uneventful, and Game 14 is story repeated itself as I once again found myself finishing in 2nd place. Game 15 showcased my less than stellar skills when it came to handling EMP grenades, as I managed to hit myself with one. Nevertheless, I did secure a kill before falling victim to a sneak attack from a player who might have been tracking me for quite a while. Returning to my newfound favorite unnamed drop spot, I found myself in familiar situations. Once again, I proved to be the quickest in securing heals and weapons, giving me a significant advantage. I racked up 3 kills, but as is often the case, it was just a matter of time before a third party arrived. As expected, I secured another quick kill at my favorite landing spot, only to find myself caught in a precarious situation 20 minutes later. Armed with a lightsaber, I managed to deflect a barrage of shots, but my opponent's relentless assault ultimately overwhelmed me. Game 18 began with a rather standard kill, nothing particularly remarkable. However, I soon found myself in a puzzling slump of bad plays and questionable decisions. Or perhaps it was just a streak of bad luck in general. I can't say for sure. Games 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23 all shared one common theme. I consistently found myself at a disadvantage in the initial skirmishes. In other words, my KD ratio in that stretch of games was at a 0. Game 24 marked a turning point as I secured my first kill thanks in part to the coffee I had a few minutes before. My confidence surged and I felt like I was regaining control of my destiny. No one could hide from me, and naturally I decided to make a push towards the enemy you see now. The result? Well, let's just say I choked, okay? As we reach the halfway point of this 12-hour challenge, I sincerely hope you've already hit that like button. If not, well, you know what to do. Thanks. After securing a routine first kill, I encountered a player determined to evade me. Little did they know I excel in Fortnite when it comes to shooting down drivers from a distance. GG. Then, the scene felt like deja vu from a few hours ago, but this time I had the upper hand. However, not long after, a formidable and sweaty superhero wiped me out. In the following match, I made a questionable push, which led to my quick elimination. The subsequent game was no different, as I found myself eliminated swiftly once again. I began to worry that I might be on the brink of a long cold streak. That's precisely why I decided to return to Breakwater Bay. Is there a sweeter feeling than utterly decimating a superhero sweat? Oh, the satisfaction. While I believe I had control over this encounter, the problem was that I didn't have a Maven in hand, and the slowness of the pump shotgun cost me dearly. Game 29, I just wanted a quiet visit to Fish Stick to complete some XP quests, but little did I know I was in for a surprise. The place was absolutely buzzing with players. During this stint, I managed to secure not 1, not 2, but 3 eliminations in a short span of time. Afterward, I needed a well-deserved break and was looking forward to savoring my pizza. But it seems someone else wanted to join the party, and honestly, she wasn't invited. As you can see, we were both missing shots left and right, and I ended up emerging as a victor. Later, in Frenzy Fields, guess who triumphed in a showdown between myself and a great superhero skin? Well, of course, the sweat had the last laugh. Let me give you a rank update. We're now more than 2/3 through Diamond 1. Games 30, 31, and 32 all shared a common theme. Can you guess what it is? Well, I met my fate at the hands of a superhero sweat in each match. Quite disheartening. Game 33 offered a bit more excitement. I started with a kill at different POIs, including Naughty Nets and Mega City. When I found myself in the top 10, I had the perfect high ground setup with ice walls and everything, and then this happened. The last time I perished in Breakwater Bay, I lacked a Maven in hand. A lesson learned, and I had no intention of repeating the same mistake. I also owned my skills in handling EMP grenades, and this newfound proficiency led to a second kill inside the house. Soon after, a Blazeskin attempted to evade my pursuit, but I tracked him down within another house, sealing his fate. A little later, someone audaciously tried to pilfer my weapon cache, but I was having none of it. Brimming with confidence, I made an aggressive push towards a stormtrooper, but the first missed shot spelled my defeat. Ouch! Game 35 commenced with a standard kill near an ice wall. However, much later, someone with an IQ of at least 200 had placed a turret on a mini island. Anyone who ziplined over found themselves trapped, and yes, I was among those unfortunate victims. Yeah, we're now at 86% in Diamond 1 as you've requested. The 10th hour was quite peculiar in several ways. It all began with me struggling to secure any eliminations with a shotgun, unless it was the Maven. Even when I had one, my aim seemed off, resulting in my third consecutive kill. It dawned on me that I needed more protection, so I grabbed a lightsaber. Unfortunately, as you can see, I found myself under fire from at least 3 directions, with no way to survive. Fearing the onset of another cold streak, I decided to return to my roots and secure some easy kills at my preferred landing spot for the day. Once again, the late droppers were out in full force, granting me a quick start with 3 eliminations. Later, armed with the Fortnite community's new favorite long-range weapon, the tactical DMR, I took an unsuspecting opponent by surprise atop a tower. Afterward, a sneaky ruby skin attempted to stealthily approach me, but I saw it coming. Then a fierce battle ensued, and while I initially held control during the first half, the tide turned in the latter half. A sticky grenade that clung to me proved to be the deciding factor in my defeat. Game 41, a routine kill from the outset, but then I made the ill-fated decision to challenge an opponent concealed within a bush. Needless to say, it was a regrettable decision and I met my demise. Game 42 was nothing short of intense. I was in hot pursuit of an enemy when I suddenly realized that someone else was crashing our party. My plan was straightforward: eliminate this intruder first and then return to my original target. Mission accomplished. As the circle dwindled to a mere speck with 8 players left, I nestled myself within a bush, only to secure a third-party kill from afar. Then, in a twist of fate, my hard-earned kill was snatched right before my eyes, leading to a duel with a grey superhero. Unfortunately, I emerged from that encounter defeated. What I didn't anticipate was this: with a 5th place finish and 3 kills, I ascended to Diamond 2. Game 43 had me inexplicably stranded in the middle of the ocean with no cover in sight. I rashly challenged someone armed with a thermal DMR and, predictably, they fought back, resulting in my elimination. Poor play on my part. The next game began as usual with an easy kill, and then I managed to steal someone else's elimination. However, after a lackluster attack, I struggled to keep up and ultimately met my demise. Game 45 had me hot dropping into Breakwater Bay. While I gained the upper hand against 3 enemies who were oblivious to my presence, I soon found myself on the receiving end of my own medicine near the flag. The unfortunate reality was that I was teetering on the brink of dropping back down to Diamond 1. Game 46, I was in a stealthy mood and took a surprise approach against a player who was enjoying a pizza. Then a clever rocket ram maneuver caused my victim to succumb to fall damage. My 3rd kill came on the stairs, catching the unsuspecting individual completely off guard. Finally, within the Slappy Shores vault, a green superhero armed with a cold snap, who clearly hasn't touched grass in the past month, managed to outmatch me. Game 47, can you guess which shotgun I started with? You got it, a Maven. As you might already know, I held the upper hand in all the skirmishes you witness on screen, which resulted in my first 3 eliminations. Now, let's fast forward to the climatic showdown. I had secured the perfect position in the high ground, landing a few hits with my MK before deciding to make a bold push. I aimed to catch my opponent off guard, but what can you do when facing an exotic Maven? Well, not much. Game 48 began with me finding myself at a disadvantage on the low ground. Nonetheless, I managed to land a few shots on my target. While I rotated, attempting to shield myself, my opponent's aggressive move ultimately spelled defeat for me. Game 49, perhaps still rattled by the last battle, I engaged an opponent but found myself missing several key opportunities to finish them off. In the end, I emerged victorious, but in an unfortunate twist, an enemy suddenly appeared from the shadows in an awkward stance and took me down. Game 50 felt like a typical match for me. I started strong with 2 kills, using my trusty Maven, but then someone sneakily crept up on me, sending me back to the lobby. Game 51, the very final game of this marathon, witnessed me securing 2 fortuitous third-party kills from a distance. After an initial jump scare, I triumphed over a sparkle skull inside the house. Forced to rotate towards an ice wall, my enemy was prepared, lying in wait, and I found myself defeated. So, what's my final rank, you ask? I reached Diamond 2 with a 43 completion rate. While I didn't reach the Unreal rank in this journey, I think I could eventually achieve it if I undertake another long session like this one. However, this depends on you, the viewer. So, would you like to see me take another 12-hour ranked video like this one? Let me know in the comments section. Also, I upload a ton of funny challenge videos on this channel, so make sure to subscribe to see all of them. Here's the next video you should watch, because that's what YouTube thinks you will enjoy the most from my channel. See you over there.